Hey, what is up viewers, my name is SDSK, and today I'm bringing out something a little bit different here on the channel. This is an exclusive interview that I got to do with the awesome guys at Howling Hamsters. They're the developers of an indie game that I played a couple weeks ago on the channel called Trench. And before we get started, I want to say a couple quick things. First off, this interview is for a show that I'm doing on my other channel called GameSpeak. If you guys want to find out more about it, then stay tuned to the end of the video or check out the description. And pertaining to the interview, I want to apologize for myself because I was sick during this interview. So if you hear any awkward pauses, it's probably me editing out the sniffles and coughs, as well as this is my very first interview, which was kind of scary, but it went well in my opinion. But if you pick up on any amateurity, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. If you pick up on any amateurity, I apologize in advance for that. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to the awesome guys at Howling Hamsters for being so awesome to work with and being so flexible in getting this interview done. I really appreciate it. They're awesome guys, and I can't wait for their game to come out. And also, at the end of this interview, I say that check out the game and vote for it on Steam Greenlight, and support it. But apparently, a couple of days after this interview was recorded, the awesome guys, oh gosh, that was thunder. The guys at Howling Hamsters messaged me saying that the game has been Steam Greenlit, so that's exciting news. I'm really excited for them, and I can't wait for this game to come out. It's going to be amazing. So thank you guys for listening to me so far, and enjoy this interview, and I'll talk to you guys again at the end of the video.
Well, my name is Manus, the programmer of the team.
My name is Trevor, I'm the artist.
And I'm Stephen, the audio designer.
So I was on your website. Now I want to just jump straight into this. I was on your website, and honestly, what you guys are doing with this game is pretty impressive, because you guys are just throwing yourself at the mercy of this game. Because you guys just kind of moved into one place and are working with 3 computers and all in one place, and I really appreciated that. Now, what was your inspiration for making this game? Like, who was the first one to say, hey, this game could be pretty awesome?
That was Trevor, really, to be honest. We had just finished doing, we previously did another game under a different name, and it was our first ever go. It was on the Play Store for free. It was called Goldbeard, and we wanted to get a new game out. We were trying to do it as quick as we could, so we were pitching ideas really for an app game that we might be able to knock out real quick. And Trevor...
Yeah, it was basically, we just thought of basically asteroids underwater. So that was the kind of pitch. So we did that, and we got early enough into the build.
Yeah, we were about 3 months working on it as an app game.
Then we did some market research.
Yeah, we did some market research, and it basically we could see that there was, a path to market for a PC game for an indie developer, but apps are like, there's so many of them, and we just knew we were going to get lost. So after 3 months working on the app version, we decided to basically bin the whole thing and start again for a PC game.
Yeah, it expanded the game a lot. Well, the other thing was just like a sort of a shooter, a wave shooter. This is more, an exploration element in it. So we could expand everything graphically, audio, gameplay wise, everything really. So.
Okay, so basically you have a purpose to explore in the game, and the visuals and everything really go along with that. And now I was wondering, because in the demo you guys gave us a reason to explore, and you kind of just said, just explore the land that we've given you, the area that we have. How big in the final game, whenever you guys are planning on releasing it, how big is the area, like the entire area, like the full length?
Well,
it'll be broken up into levels, so it'll be pretty standard kind of levels. It won't be like an open world game or anything like that.
Okay.
So, but the demo level, the one in the demo, it's pretty small. I mean, we're working on sort of level 3 now, and it's sizably bigger than anything in the demo. So
it won't. The game won't play. It probably won't play. We haven't finished, obviously, but it won't play like one level to the next. Between levels, the plan is to have we say a map of the ocean with the various different trenches and levels. And you're going to have to go back and forward between them. There'll be certain places you can't get to the right depth to finish them off. You'll need to salvage something from another level to increase your subs, hull integrity type stuff, and so there's going to be a little jumping around and picking what level you want to have a go at and stuff like that in the final build. That's what we're aiming for.
Okay, so it's all kind of interconnected with, or like you have to go from one place to another, and it's kind of just up to you. Now, how is this ship upgrade gonna work, like with the submarine and stuff?
Well, we again we're early stages at the moment. We're looking at we're going to keep the same sub throughout the game. We're not going to let you. We think not going to let you buy bigger subs and better subs. What we'll do is have engine upgrades available between levels and
weapon upgrades
and all these kind of things. In between each level, we're going to put essentially a trading post. The idea is that the sub pulls up between levels, goes onto the surface, and you go to a trading post where you try and where whatever you've salvaged, you can trade in for certain upgrades. So there'll be loads of them you won't be able to afford until much later in the game. And stuff you can immediately buy, like increase the speed of the sub, the speed of its rotation, that kind of stuff.
Well, I was looking at the cover art for the game with the giant monster that you see, and I was wondering, so does each level, does it end with kind of a regular, kind of like what we see in every other game, where it's like at the end you see a boss battle and then the level ends? Is it kind of like that, or is it kind of just like when you want to go to the boss, you can go?
Well, there will be a traditional, if you want to call it, boss battles, where there'll be a guy at the end, you kill it, and you move on to the next level.
Okay.
But there will be other levels then that, like the one we're currently working on, where the boss is pretty much there and he's in the level with you.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of hunts you around the place, and you have to avoid him until you find the weapon that'll bring him down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you basically have to play and explore and find a way to bring this guy down. We were toying with the idea of maybe like certain creatures, they're more vulnerable at the surface of the water rather than deep down. So you would have to like fire flares for them to follow you up, and you would kill them near the surface because they're more vulnerable there. So we're playing with like ideas like that.
Okay, now I understand I'm asking you guys questions that are like because you guys are still in very early stages of the game. But what's like the full, or what do you guys have a plan on the narrative? Is it just like a reason to explore, or you guys are gonna have like a full story where it's like there's like narration and people keep like tell you what the progression is?
Yeah, we have. Our original idea was that you would always be in radio contact with the surface, so that there'll be a prompt and a reason for each level.
Okay.
A reason to either hunt and down. Essentially, there's pieces of meteor that you're trying to find and destroy that's spawning these monsters. So that's the core. Each level, each trench you go into, you're looking to destroy that piece of rock. But we'll have like a narrative running through it. Hopefully, if we can get a decent voice actor. At the moment, I'm the voice actor, and I'm dead set against that. So we're the idea being that as you're going through levels, someone on the surface who has sonar and radar will talk you through the level, and give you help and hints and give you a reason to be doing what you're doing. So the story will develop as we go along with the development of the game.
Yeah. We're still working on the story. We're working through it. It's probably, I won't say it's the last thing we're working on, but it's something where we're
evolving with the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do you guys not have a release date yet, right? You guys are just kind of to be announced when the final game's going to be coming out?
Yeah, we don't have a release date. The only date we have at the moment is for the next demo release, which is in
July, wouldn't it?
The 10th of July. We're going to a small game conference down in Limerick here in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Rocon, and we've already arranged. We're delighted they're going to have us there so we can show off our demo. But we've promised them that we'll have a 3-level demo with the trading screen in between, all set up and ready to go. So the alpha demo that you've tried out is very much just, it was a look-see at the mechanics and the artwork and stuff, whereas the demo in 6 weeks' time is going to be much more representative of what the finished game will be, what the gameplay will be like, what you'll have to do, kind of thing.
Alright, so the game right now is very impressive. As I'm sure you guys have seen me play, I was very impressed with it. And what are the plans for the future? Where are you planning on taking this game with, kind of just like with the current development?
Just if we can get it built and get it working and get it making money for us, we'll be more than happy. That's the future.
I mean, what you see at the moment is pretty much what you get. I mean, at the end of the day, we'd like to talk the game up to being like a super game, but it is a shooter. But we wanted to we're going to try and make it the best shooter we can. So I mean, we're hoping at the end of the day we've got maybe 15 to 20 levels of 15 to 20 like trenches you can go into to shoot up. We're looking at having a side game where it'll be a bit of platforming where you're going around the wrecks outside of the it'll be side-scrolling platformer. And we're also looking at, in fact, we've just put together, just for a bit of fun, it was actually because another Let's Play video was done, two people were doing it at the same time. They were talking to each other while they were playing the thing, and at the end they just a playful argument about which of them was better, and that they were going to have a trench off just at the very end of the video they said it. And that got me thinking during the week, it'd be nice if someone could actually do that. So what we've done is we've put together a kind of a battle level where all that's in it, there's two subs, it's for two players to fight each other.
Split screen, yeah.
Yeah, split screen setup that you'll drive around the level just hunting each other.
Oh,
to see,
okay.
You know, a little battle game. So we've got that a real like rough version of that already done up. We're going to show that off tonight at a games meeting that we're going to and see, get some feedback. Hopefully that will be part of the finished product as well.
Yeah.
So we're adding to it every time, but we have to be very careful because we want to be, we have to finish the game. We don't want to make the mistake of like constantly adding and adding and adding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, and if the battle levels go well and the split screen stuff works well, we could nearly look at possibly trying to maybe make the full game a possible two-player mode
Co-op,
where you could play. Yeah, two people can play each level and drive around split screen and stuff like that. But I mean, all these things they're a little up in the air at the moment. Our focus, as I said, we only have 6 weeks to get the new demo ready, and we don't want to let anyone down. So essentially we're not thinking of anything else. It's every hour God sends, we're basically banging away in the room.
So you said Trevor was the one that kind of came up with the idea for the game. So what was, when you first suggested the game, did both Marcus and excuse me, Stephen jump onto the idea, or was it like kind of like something you had to sell to them?
Well, they were they were kind of pretty much up for anything really at that point. They were just like I said, we'd done the previous game. It was more just to kind of just test the water, see if we could actually do a game. We did that, and then, we were kind of focused on like I said before, an app game, so something really simple, something straightforward. So it didn't really, it wasn't really much of a sell really. I just mentioned it, and they were pretty much up for it.
The thing is, it turns out all three of us love the old game Asteroids. So when he said sub, the first thing that came into my mind was, well, that's underwater, so we can spin around 360. The first thing that came into my mind was Asteroids. And I thought, oh, nobody's made a game kind of with that mechanic. Well, I haven't seen one in ages. And so we really immediately loved the idea, to be honest, because we knew we could get, we knew we could make something that would at least be fun for people to play, which is, I think, probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
So, again, future plans. I like to talk about future. Would you, if you get the chance, release this game on the next gen or the current gen consoles?
We would, given the chance, release this game everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. We applied for, what did we apply for, Stephen?
The Xbox One developer.
Oh yeah, we made an application for Xbox One developer license. Obviously, all these things, as you say, they're in the future, and we don't know where it'll go. Hopefully, when the full demo's released, and we get a bit more action, and hopefully get greenlit, which we're still in the process of going through. That we can apply and see, look at other platforms and porting it out to other platforms, because that would be something obviously we'd be massively interested in doing.
Yeah, if you get the game greenlit, finished and released on the PC, and if it's somewhat successful on that, then other platforms, well, they'll come looking for you at that point.
We hope.
Yeah.
How close is the game to being Steam Greenlit?
We're halfway there at the moment. The funny thing is, we're getting good numbers. We got a great percentage of yes votes for the percentage of views we've got. We're way above what they tell you what the top 100 is. It's about 30% yes they get for all the votes they get. About 30% of them are yes. We're up at about 47% for the votes we're getting. But the thing is, it's exposure on Greenlight. After you've gone off the first page of the recently added ones, you go from being seen by everybody to being seen by nobody. So we get very little traffic. You might get 10 or 20 people on a good day that'll actually have uniquely see the game on Greenlight. So it's going to take another while, certainly before we hope to get greenlit.
Yeah.
But we're not worried about it because with the percentage of yes votes we're getting, if you take that as a decent cross section, because there's been 2.5. That's we've got out of 2,500 looks, 43 we're getting, and whatever 1,500 votes, 43% of them have been yes. So, or 47% have been yes. So there's no reason that should change the more people that see it. The percentage should stay around the same. So we're optimistic to be greenlit, hopefully sooner rather than later.
And every time someone does like a playthrough or there's some sort of press with like through Facebook or Twitter, there's a spike in the viewing. So we're trying to get
so hopefully when the new demo comes out, we'll send that out to everybody. We might get another press article or two, some more playthroughs done, and that might be what we need to get, the exposure to get us greenlit.
Yeah, YouTube is really kind of powerful, and especially for indie games to try to like help, get the games out there. What were you guys expecting? Because Game Jolt that's where of course I found the game, and that's where I'm guessing is that the only place you put the demo out on?
No, we have it up on Indie. Well, it might as well be. We have it up on IndieDB. Game Jolt has certainly got I think 1,300 downloads, in or around that figure, about 1,300 downloads. IndieDB has 36 downloads, so it may as well not be up there. We have it on a couple of other sites. We have it on a place called Indie Game Stand. We have it on, is it Itch? Is that what it's called?
Itch.io.
Itch.io and stuff like that. But I mean, if it wasn't up on those places, it would make no difference. There isn't more than 50 downloads between all the other sites put together, whereas Game Jolt has massive traffic. We've got about 10,000 views and 1,300 downloads from Game Jolt in a month. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive traffic they've got.
Mm-hmm. Well, seeing from these like playthroughs and all these people playing them, including myself, which is kind of like what sparked off this potential interview. So, what was your were you guys surprised to see such a positive reaction to the game, or like how was your reaction initially when you saw the people slowly start to like this game and jump on the bandwagon?
Sorry, go on.
So when we watch a lot of the playthroughs, the first thing, they're massively helpful for us, because when we play the game, we play it all the time, and we're trying to like fix stuff and get it as good as we can, and we're kind of like, sometimes we just can't tell if it's too easy, too hard, too difficult. And when we go on YouTube and watch people playing it for the first time, it's you're sort of seeing it with fresh eyes, and you can see like the mistakes they're making and what they're doing right, what they like, what they don't like, and it's really
massively helpful too. But as for were we surprised, I mean, obviously we're developing the game, and to be honest, we love it. I mean, we think it's brilliant, and we think everybody should love it. And when we first released it, obviously it takes a while. We emailed all the YouTubers we could find, and it takes a while before anyone can do a video or anything like that. And the first couple of days, nothing happened, and we were disappointed, obviously. But then, as the Let's Play videos started getting done, I went from being disappointed to we were really pleasantly surprised, because all of the reaction, even the people who thought it was too hard or needed something fixed, or the control was a bit funny, or there should have been more checkpoints in it, all of these things, obviously we've fixed nearly all of those things, but everyone liked it. Everyone liked the look of it. Everyone thought it had potential and thought for an alpha demo it was great. And that really, really surprised us. A pleasant surprise. And, it really helps when you're sitting in a dining room, just three of us, trying to knock out this game, to hear the people kind of appreciate what you're doing. So it was a brilliant thing, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my personal experience with the game, I really like it. I mean, I suck at it because I suck at every game I play, but it was I mean, it's hard, at least for me, but it was very, there was something about it that I was just like, this is really addicting. Like, I play it, I'm not good at it, but I just keep going back for more and more. So, great job on that. And before we end off this little interview, do you guys have anything else to say about the game or anything like that, or do you remember?
Well, no, I can't think of it, except for keep an eye out for 6 weeks' time.
We'll be making that, the demo we're showing off at BroCon, we'll be making that public pretty much as soon as that's over, so everyone will be able to download it and have
Well, it'll be
video.
sometime the following week after the 10th. We'll definitely have it up, and we'll obviously let you know. We'll send you a message, and you can give it a go and see if it'll have slightly different controls because we put a reverse in it. I think it's much easier to control now, and there's checkpoints in it as well. At every wreck, so it won't quite be as unforgiving as the.
I would appreciate that one. I can tell you that. I would appreciate the checkpoints.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this short little review. I can't wait to see the full game once it's out. Late 2015, I think, is what you guys were aiming for. I can't.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If you're watching this, anyone watching this, vote for the game on Steam Greenlight. It's gonna be amazing. I have strong opinions on it. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Take care. Bye now.
And I'm back! This video is not over yet. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I will talk about GameSpeak a little bit, but first off, I want to get your opinion on the interview. So let me know with a comment below what you guys think of the interview. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you have any tips for me, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Now, as for GameSpeak, what is GameSpeak? It's a gaming talk show, and it's right now, the first episode has been live streamed live to Twitch, but I'm debating on whether I should do it to YouTube as well, just because I feel like YouTube would probably be a little bit better, but I don't know yet. I have to figure everything out, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. But it's basically a live show that will be later edited and then put up on YouTube over my other channel, SDSK TV. If you guys want to check it out, link will be in the description below for that. And it's basically where every episode I talk about either what's going on in the gaming world, so gaming news and stuff like that, as well as I can talk about what's like interviews like this one, as well as I may come up with a topic and then have a guest on and I'll just kind of blabber on about something, and that's just kind of the point of the show. And it also has a live interaction with you guys, so if you could follow me on Twitch, then tune in for the live broadcast. It'd be awesome, and it'd be really fun to just kind of talk about games, because I feel like I don't really do that. I play games on the channel, but I don't really talk about what's going on in the gaming world. And I know a lot of you guys ask me, like, what do you think about this game? What do you think about that game? Or what's going on with this? And I feel like this is a really, really cool way to bring all that together. So hopefully you guys are excited for the show. This is a project that I've been working on for quite a while now, and I'm really glad that it's finally happening, and you guys get to see it in action. And I'm really excited for it. I don't know if you guys can tell my voice. I don't know if my voice can really get exciting, but anyway. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys think about the interview. Let me know what you guys think about the GameSpeak, any ideas for it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you guys new for awesome videos. Thank you once again for the awesome guys at Howling Hamsters. I call them awesome like 3 times in the video, so I'm just saying they're pretty awesome. Thank you guys for watching. My name is SDSK, and I will see you on the flip side.